I'm going to start by prepping my face using the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. I really focus on that skin prep if I am doing a going out makeup look, and in order to achieve this I'm also going to use the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray Mist, and I'm also going to use my Patrick Tar She's Extra Fan. Once I've prepped my face, I'm going to start with the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter, and I'm only going to put this on some key points on my face, so my cheekbones and a few other areas, as you can see now. This is just to add a glow before I use any foundation. I will then use a blending brush. This is just my usual foundation brush, and I will just pat that into my skin, making sure that it is all blended before I go in with my foundation. So I'm not actually going to use foundation today. I'm going to use the Maybelline Skin Tint. I feel like this gives me just as much coverage as a foundation will do, and it really does work for a going out look. The shade that I've got is a little bit darker than my skin, and I feel like it gives me enough coverage when I apply my other products that I feel like I don't actually need a foundation when I use this. So I've found the key to glass skin when doing this type of makeup look is setting in between each step. So you will just see me constantly going in with the Morphe setting spray. Another key component of the glass skin is almost like spot concealing before I go in with my normal concealer. This just eliminates any blemishes before I do conceal with my regular concealer. I find that the Nars Soft Matte Concealer in the pot really does help. To blend this all in, I'm going to take my Refi brush and use the dense end and just pat this into the skin. If you're somebody who prefers to use a beauty sponge, this will also work for this step, so it doesn't take any of the product away and it just allows you to pat it into the skin. One of the skincare tricks that I am really loving at the moment is concealing and colour correcting. So colour correction really works for me as someone who has dark skin. I do tend to get dark under eyes. I have just been using the e.l.f. Camo colour corrector in this orange shade, which really does get rid of the darkness, and I'll use this just before I go in with my concealer, which is the Too Faced Born This Way concealer, a tried and tested concealer which I really love, and honestly this could be possibly my favourite concealer. I've gone back and forth over the years over what I think is my favourite concealer, but when I use this I just think there's just nothing that makes my under eye as flawless. And it's weird that I say this because when I first got this I wasn't too sure about it, and now I don't think I could actually use any other concealer. I don't really think any concealer does what this one does in my makeup routine. That's not to say that I won't try any new concealer. As you know, I love to try new products all the time, so if you see me using another concealer, I'm not being fake when I say that this is my favourite and I wouldn't use anything else. I would try everything once, but when I say in terms of going back to one, this is one I'll definitely always come back to. I like to just take my time blending out the concealer as well, as I feel like if I don't blend it out nice, this is what doesn't give you your skin that nice finish. So realistically I will take a good 10 minutes blending out my concealer, which may sound excessive, but that's just what I do. And you can just see me there setting it again and fanning it over with the Patrick Tar fan. This is an absolute must in my steps for getting glass skin, is setting your concealer. I know that setting your concealer isn't for everybody, but realistically this is what I think makes the difference of it lasting and your skin looking glass-like. If you don't like to fully set it, you could just take a powder puff like I'm doing here and just patting on any areas where you feel are looking a little bit greasy or oily. We can always add the glow back in, and that's one thing I always say is you can make your skin matte, but you can always add glow back in afterwards. So I was just giving you there a little glimpse of the palette I'll be using later on in this makeup look. It is the Muse palette by Vive Makeup, but what I am going to do now is just add a transition shade. I just use my bronzer. I feel like a transition shade is personal to anyone, so just use whatever one that you usually use. To line my eyes, I'm going to use the MUA Academy Winged Liner. I didn't really get along with this. I just don't know whether my technique was bad or it just wasn't user friendly. I only wanted to line half of my eyes, so I just did from my arch to the end of my brow. A recently new step that I've been adding into my routine is curling my lashes. I was a bit opposed to this. I didn't know if it was going to cut all my eyelashes off, so I made sure that I got a highly rated eyelash curler. The Wet n Wild one kept coming up, so I just bought this on Amazon, and it has made such a difference to my lash routine, as I feel like it puts all my lashes in the same direction, as they have a tendency to grow off into different directions. I'm going to use two mascaras to do this look. So I'm going to use the Loreal Telescopic, do one coat of that, go back in with the Maybelline Superstay, and then go back in with the Loreal. This may seem excessive, but I use one for lengthening and the other for thickness, and I just think that this gives my lashes the best chance of looking long, which I think they do at the moment. What I'm going to do next is use these Amazon lashes, and instead of using the full lash, what I'm going to do is just cut off the last few clusters and attach them to the end of my eyelash, as my eyelashes are pretty long at the moment and I just wanted to keep the look as natural as possible. So this step might be a little controversial in the world of makeup, but it is a step I can't go without now since I've discovered it. The first few times I tried it, it didn't really work out for me. I was like, what on earth is going on with this? But the next step is applying a cream product over powder. Now let me preface this by saying I think you do need a good cream product, because I do think if it is clumpy and patchy, it is going to really show up on your face. So I use the Beauty Light one by Charlotte Tilbury in the shade Peachgasm. This really is my favourite makeup product at the moment. I find that a little goes a long way. It's really easy to blend out. And I was never a massive fan of highlighter back in the day, but I do think that my makeup can be quite matte sometimes, and this just eliminates that. It adds that natural dew and glow back into the skin, and what I'm going to do is just set that in place yet again with the Morphe Continuous Set and Spray Mist. I'm then going to do my bottom lashes using the Telescopic mascara again from Loreal, just one coat. I didn't really need any more when I was looking at this. I thought it looks a bit extra. I then took my Inglot Duraline, added a couple of drops to my Anastasia Beverly Hills brow pomade. I then ran the smallest amount through my brows. I didn't need that much product as I'd already tinted my brows prior to this video. To set my brows in place, I just used the Got2b Brow Gel Setter. As I've gotten older, I am not a massive fan of loads of eye products, so I just take this golden shade from Vive the Muse palette and I just run a little bit of this over my eyelids. This is like what I would do on a night out. I'm not going full out anymore. Maybe I'll go back to that one day, but I just think that that sort of birthday makeup style doesn't suit me anymore. This is just the most simple golden eye makeup look, but I think it really ties the whole look together. I'm going to finish off by doing my lips. I'm going to use my trusted Chicory lip liner from MAC. This is my favourite shade. It lasts forever. It is the perfect shade, I think, for me and my skin tone. It's almost got like a red tint to it, but I just love the way it looks. It really blends well with whatever product I'm going to put on my lips, so it is a trusted favourite of mine. I'm then going to use this Morphe shade called Commit. This sort of blurs out my lips and gives it sort of that matte nude effect that I really like, so that I can then go in over that with a little bit more lip liner. And then I'm going to finish off using a lip oil. I picked up these lip oils from Amazon. It was a 3-pack for about £9. I think they are meant to be a dupe of the Dior lip oil. They are really glossy and non-sticky. That's one thing I will say as a positive for them. But if you are to get them, the smell is very minty. And that's just a side note because I know that's not for everybody. So that brings us to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed watching me create this glass skin makeup tutorial and also add in that bronze gold to the eyes for a more going out look. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give this video a like, and if you want to see more content from me, do not forget to subscribe, and hopefully I will see you all in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.